Alcova Mortgage is here for good. We are locally owned, value great communication, and are committed to our Greenbrier County community. Alcova Mortgage in Lewisburg, 304-645-2478, or visit lewisburglender.com. For your mortgage lending needs, Alcova Mortgage, NMLS ID 1184517, NMLSconsumeraccess.org, Equal Housing Lender. Terms and conditions apply. All loans subject to credit approval. That's Alcova Mortgage in Lewisburg.
The Spartan Athletic Foundation supports over 250 student athletes at Greenbrier East High School. Consider becoming a sponsor today.
Hello, everybody. Welcome in tonight. Tonight. It is the Battle of 219 as the James Monroe Mavericks have come into Greenbrier East. And we're going to have this matchup. Had it earlier in the season. James Monroe came out victorious that night, 57-51. At that point in time, Greenbrier East was in the midst of what was going to be a 3-game losing streak, and since that streak's ended, they've gone 11-1, one of the hottest teams in the state here in West Virginia girls basketball. James Monroe comes in with a record of 11-7, coming off a couple of losses, one to Mercer Christian last week and one to Gilmer on Monday. Of course, Gilmer undefeated, one of the best teams in the state in single A. But these two teams are going to get after tonight. No unfamiliarity between them. They see each other a couple of times every year, know each other, just live across the border from each other. School's about 45 minutes apart, down 219. So we're going to have this thing tipping off for you in about 2 minutes. Going to point out we have a celebrity in our midst here tonight, James Murray of Impractical Jokers fame. He's over on the baseline right now taking some pictures with the students, signing some autographs. Him and lovely wife Melissa are in attendance here tonight. And we got about a minute and a half till we're going to get into action. So we're going to stick with it, and we'll be here for all the pregame festivities here in just a moment as we're going to be getting ready to announce starters.
School basketball action. Tonight's game features the James Monroe Lady Mavericks and your Greenbrier East Lady Spartans. direction of head coach Angela Mann, please welcome freshman number 0, Maya Dunlap. Junior number 1, Maggie Borowski. Junior number 3, Ava Dunlap. Senior number 13, Mary Beth Meadows. And senior number 24, Abigail Mathis. And the rest contains the Monroe Lady Mavericks.
No retreat. And by Spartan Lord, we will stand and fight. Spartans never retreat. Spartans never surrender. Spartans, prepare for glory.
And now, in the direction of head coach Jim Justice, please welcome your Greenbrier's ladies partners. 5'4" sophomore number 3, Kiki Baggett. 5'7" sophomore number 12, Kayla Waller. 5'8" sophomore number 20, Sandy Manton. 5'9" sophomore number 33, Haley Easter. And now your starting lineup for your ladies partners tonight. 5'6" freshman number 1, Ava Ortman. 6'1" sophomore number 55, Hannah Fuller. 5'7" sophomore number 23, McKenna McClure. 5'5" sophomore number 2, Kennedy Stewart. And 5'9" junior number 4, Jada Waller. Ladies and gentlemen, this time I ask you please rise and remove your caps as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem. Performing the anthem this evening, we are pleased to welcome the quartet of Bob Toothman, Butch Hickman, Jeff Bryan, and Tim Holbrook.
right, there's your pregame festivities. A couple of updates here. It looks like our starters for Greenbrier East tonight will be Ava Workman, Kennedy Stewart, Jada Waller, McKenna McClure, and Hannah Fuller. Unavailable from the appearance of things will be Liz Wooding. She was injured during the JV contest. She's here on crutches now. Would normally have a varsity rotation player. And for the Mavericks, starters will be Mathis, Meadows, Dunlap, and Borowski. Unavailable for them will be Aaliyah Hill, would normally be a significant contributor and sometimes starter. Was injured in the game Monday and on crutches, so unavailable. Suiting up for the first time this season we've seen is Leah Hopkins. Possible she will get into this game tonight, and we'll see if from the opening tip East controls, it'll be Waller. Works at the top of the key, comes to Workman. Workman holds the ball, stared at by Borowski. Now she'll work her way back into the middle, drives right side to the baseline, has to turn, looking for somebody to cut, in some trouble. Now shuffles it back out, gets it back in the corner, dribbles around to the foul line, back to Waller. Waller looks inside, guard against the younger Dunlaps. So Stewart, three in the air, and got it. So Kennedy Stewart finds an early three and gives the first lead of the game to East. And the inbounds was going to go off of the leg of Maya Dunlap and out of bounds. Stewart's going to look to inbound. Comes outside to McClure. McClure comes to Waller at the top of the key, guarded by Borowski. Spins, drives left side, kicks it back outside. Going to end up in the hands of Workman at the wing. Workman back to McClure. McClure goes inside, finds Fuller. Now back outside to Kennedy to McClure. McClure drives baseline, left side. We're going to get a foul. It's going to go against Maya Dunlap. Stewart looks to inbound. Comes into Waller. Waller guarded by Meadows. Finds Stewart in the right corner. Three in the air. Off back iron. Going to be tipped out of bounds. And says last touch to Ava Dunlap. It'll stay there with the Spartans. Stewart to inbound again. Gets it to McClure. McClure shuffles a pass to Stewart. Back to Workman. Three in the air. No good. Long rebound comes out to Meadows. Meadows stretches the court down, fast break all the way in, up, and too strong. Rebound fought for. It's going to be tied up, jump ball, and the possession arrow will point toward the Mavericks. Ava Dunlap to inbound. Holds the ball, finds Borowski. Borowski turns, shot up in the lane, comes off the right side, rebound to Fuller. Fuller gets it to Kennedy, and Kennedy's going to bring it down the court, up to McClure. McClure goes into the corner to Workman. Works there against Meadows. Comes back to the top of the key to McClure. McClure to Waller. Waller guarded by the freshman Dunlap. Loses the handle on the ball. Is able to get her dribble back. Loses it again, and it'll be Stewart who comes over and picks it up. Long three on the way from Stewart. In and out. Won't go. Rebound to Mathis. Now it'll be the younger Dunlap. Drives. Gets it up to the elder Dunlap, and that ball is swatted away by Workman, and it'll go out of bounds. Dunlap to inbound, comes to Meadows. Meadows at the top of the key. Spartans lead 3-0 here early in this one. Out to the corner to Dunlap. Three in the air for that freshman, and that won't go. Rebound brought down by Waller. Waller finds Stewart. Stewart drives right side, feeds the ball into Workman in the corner. Workman dribbles to the foul line. Loses the handle on the ball. It's taken away by Borowski. Borowski's going to have the steal. Has Dunlap up front. Instead, going to take it herself. Drives in, between two defenders, and scores. Cuts it to a one-point game, 3-2. Stewart crosses midcourt for the Spartans. Fuller goes down to the ground and gets herself back up. Stewart still has the ball, drives to the left baseline, tries to get a pass all the way back out. It goes to Workman. There'll be a foul there on Borowski. Stewart walks the ball to the top of the key. Comes to the right side to Workman. Workman fakes a pass, now drives right. It's a travel as she tries to hand the ball off to McClure. Young team right now. You have a freshman, a sophomore, sophomore. And one junior. So one freshman, 3 sophomores, and a junior on the court for the Spartans. And it'll be Maya Dunlap, the freshman for James Monroe, to inbound. Comes to Borowski, now finds Dunlap. Dunlap double team, gets to a cutting Borowski, drives into Mathis, shot up and good, and it'll give James Monroe their first lead. Comes with 4:50 to play in the first quarter, and it's a 1-point lead now, 4-3 for James Monroe. Stewart comes to her right side, fakes a handoff, thinks about a 3, now is going to drive in, whips a pass to Fuller, goes off of her hands. It's tracked down by Waller, and going to have another foul. It's going to go against Dunlap again. Be her second of the night. Stewart looks to get the ball in, comes to the top to Workman. Workman's going to drive into the foul line, hands off to Waller. Waller goes right side, loses the handle on the ball, gets it back, and now it's going to give it to McClure. McClure drives left side all the way in, gets a shot up, rolls around and out. Rebound brought down by Mathis, and then McClure will commit the foul on the back end of that, and 4.5 minutes to play on a clock that's still winding. And the clock's still going. The initial officials now recognizing that. They're going to get that settled. Should have stopped on the whistle for the foul. And they're going to reset that to 4:29. And it'll be an inbound on the inline for James Monroe as Dunlap goes into Dunlap. Tries to cut through, ball knocked away, loose on the floor. It's going to be Borowski to dive on it. It'll be travel. Ball back to the Spartans. Stewart to inbound. Comes to McClure on the left side. Back to the top to Waller. Tips a pass into McClure. Stewart, and that ball's knocked away as they try to get it into Fuller. It's on the ground. We'll have another jump ball, and that one, arrow stays pointing to the Spartans. Now they'll have McClure inbound in front of the scorer's table. She'll throw into Stewart. Stewart works right, now drives left into the corner to McClure, drives into the paint to Fuller. Ball stolen away by Borowski, and there'll be a foul. That'll go against Workman on the steal, and that will be the third team foul for the Spartans. Clock ticks down halfway through the first quarter. Still a 4-3 James Monroe lead. Ball out to Ava Dunlap. Hands off to Meadows. 3 in the air and found it for Mary Beth Meadows. And Mavericks extend their lead to 4 now, 7-3. 3 on the way from Stewart. That hits back iron. No good. Rebound on the floor. And it's going to go to Workman. And we're going to get a jump ball. Borowski there again to tie up the ball, and this time it'll point toward James Monroe. So the initial 3 points for the Spartans came on the possession at the tip on a Kennedy Stewart 3, and haven't found a basket since then. Now it's up to Maya Dunlap. She's going to drive in, shuffles a bounce pass to Mathis, can't get the shot to go. Rebound brought down by Stewart. Another jump ball. Arrow this time will point toward the Spartans. Stewart crosses the center circle. Points to the right side. Finds a pass there to Waller, and then McClure at the corner. McClure comes back to the top. Hands off to Workman. Work's going to drive in. Shot at the basket and got it to go. So the scoring drought of about 4 minutes goes away, and a steal on the inbound goes to Workman. Workman to McClure in the corner, 3 in the air, 2 strong, and the rebound to Meadows. So that 2 able to end the scoring drought for the Spartans. Had lasted almost 4 minutes, and it brings it to a 2-point game, 5-7. Shot at the basket by Borowski on this end on the drive, and she's fouled. I think that's going to go against Fuller. Will be her first foul. Shots coming for Borowski. First shot on the way, got it. We'll have Riley Jackson checking in. She's going to get Maya Dunlap. Dunlap with those 2 early fouls. Probably want to keep her out of foul trouble here in the last couple minutes of this first quarter. Second shot on the way is going to be strong. Rebound out to Workman. Workman comes up to Waller. Waller drives baseline left side, gets a shot up, and that's blocked by Jackson. But the pass intercepted by Stewart. 3 in the air off back iron. Long rebound out to Riley Jackson. Hands off to Borowski, and we're on the way down the court. Over midcourt, pass into Ava Dunlap, and she's fouled on the shot. That's going to be against McClure. And it'll be shots coming for the junior Dunlap. Second foul on McClure, and that's the 4th team foul for the Spartans. So the next first shot misses. Everything from here on for the next 2:28 will be foul shots, and McClure will have to come out, and coming in will be Banton. Second shot up for Dunlap, and that goes off the back of the iron, and it's going to be rebounded by Waller. Waller pushes the ball on the left side over midcourt into the wing, comes to Stewart at the top. Stewart gets a screen from Fuller, drives in, layup, good. Cuts it to a 1-point game, now 7-8 as Borowski gets the handle on the ball, drives in, pass, shot up and got it. I thought she was going to try to funnel that pass to Mathis, but twisted in midair, got a shot up from the side, and it trickled around and in, pushes it back to a 3-point lead. Stewart with the ball, and we got a whistle, an offensive foul. That's going to go against Fuller, her second, so some fouls starting to rack up here for the Spartans. That's the 15th foul, but being an offensive foul will result in the inbound. Spartans having to go to their bench now, and it'll be Hister coming in. Meadows with the ball, comes back to the top, tries to get a pass into Borowski, able to get it somehow, gets a shot up as she's fouled. That might be against Fuller again, and it is. And before they're able to get her out, Hister had come to the scorer's table, was going to check in on the next dead ball for Fuller, and before that could happen, collected her 3rd foul and sends Borowski to the line for 2. Shot up, and that one trickles out. And this would be a time normally they would be looking to bring Wooding in, but of course hurt her ankle during the JV contest and unavailable for this one. Shot from Borowski up and got that one to go. A 4-point lead now, 11-7. James Monroe out ahead with 1.5 minutes to play in the first quarter as Stewart goes to her right side, crosses over, comes back, finds Workman. Workman puts it on the ground, drives, comes to Hester, into Benton, and there'll be a foul on the floor. Stewart looks to throw in. Comes back all the way to the top to Workman. Workman drives right, gives it back to Stewart. Stewart loses the handle, and it's loose, taken away by Ava Dunlap. Dunlap's going to drive all the way in, shot up, and got it to go right in front of Stewart. 7-13 now. 6-point James Monroe lead as Workman drives left side, loses the handle on the ball, tries to get a pass, and before she can get the pass away, travels. Pass was destined for the seats regardless. So under a minute to play in the first quarter, and the Mavericks will take possession back. And it'll be Meadows to bring the ball down the court. Holds up a fist, signaling in the play, and it'll be Mathis coming out to get a screen. Instead, Meadows is going to go against it, finds Riley Jackson. Jackson bounces a pass inside of Borowski. Borowski turns, jump shot up, and gets it to go off the back end of the rim. Trickles around and falls. 15-7 now with about 30 seconds to play. Stewart has control of the ball, hands off to Waller. Waller comes to the top, now drives left, has a shot, gets it up, no good. Hassled there by Dunlap. I think disrupted the shot enough, and it'll be a jump ball on the rebound area to the Mavericks. Spartans look like they're going to press. They're going to send Heister back. Meadows looking to throw in, gets it to Jackson. Jackson gives it back to Meadows. Meadows trapped in the corner, heaves a pass ahead to Dunlap. Gets it, drives in, shot up, and she's fouled by Heister with 15 seconds left, and she'll head to the line. Dunlap 0 for 2 in her first trip to the line. Gets the first one here. Second shot up and in and out. Rebound loose, tracked down by Workman. Workman's going to drive to the right side, goes against Borowski, puts it on the floor, drives around, fouled. And she'll head to the line for 2. Fouled with about almost 9 seconds left on the clock, 8.7. And that'll be the second foul on Borowski. First shot goes. 16-8 now. Opportunity to cut it to a 7-point game with this shot. Workman shot in the air and got them both. So 9-16 now with the Mavericks lead. Long pass goes into Jackson. She crosses midcourt and the ball's poked away. It's loose and they're going to say last touch by Jackson. And it'll be Spartans' ball, 6.7 on the first quarter clock. Now Meadows comes back to pressure, and they'll get the ball into Waller. Hand it to Stewart. Stewart's going to get a shot up at the buzzer. Actually, well before the buzzer, and it'll end up out of bounds. So after one, Mavericks ahead of the Spartans, 16-9. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Bank of Monroe values our local businesses, our communities and schools, and we value you. With locations in both Monroe and Greenbrier County, we are right where you need us to be. We are the local bank that you can trust with your business and personal banking needs. Visit us on the web or one of our branches in Union, Lewisburg, or Fairleigh. Bank local with the Bank of Monroe because we care. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Did you hear that? State Farm thing. Da-da-da-da-da. I think we're in a commercial. Jake from State Farm, I knew it.
Don't worry, Chris. Things are going to go surprisingly great.
Dad, look!
Christmas!
Ooh, see? Surprising. Just like State Farm's surprisingly great rates.
I didn't even record.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
here is a student who's won a contest, had an opportunity to take some shots. And we're back to action. The story of this game so far is the foul trouble. A couple of players on both sides have already picked up their second foul, and Hannah Fuller, starting center for the Spartans, has picked up her third. Picked that up just as they were trying to get a player in. Now as they start, it's 9-16. James Monroe. Kennedy Stewart controls as she goes to Waller. Waller comes back across, gets a screen there from Banton. Now gets it back to Waller. Going to push up a three, hits the front of the rim. Rebound brought out to Maya Dunlap, but that's stripped away by Stewart. Stewart gets a shot up, is blocked by Ava Dunlap, and a pass intended for Meadows is taken away by Waller. Now Waller hands back to Stewart, three in the air, and got that one. Second three of the game for Stewart. Both Wallers in the game right now. Jada and Kayla. Right now it'll be Dunlap, hands off to Meadows. Meadows gets a shot up, won't go. Mathis rebounds and scores on the putback. Game sets at 12-18. Now with a minute ticked off of the second quarter clock, and Stewart with the ball. She hands off to Kayla Waller. Waller guarded by Dunlap. Will hand off to Stewart. Comes all the way to the left side, back to the top to Jada Waller. Spins in the lane, gets a shot underhanded and up, won't go. Rebound, knocked out of bounds. Say last touch Mavericks. Stewart will inbound under the basket. Smacks the ball, holds it high over her head as she looks for somewhere to funnel this ball into. Finally finds Banton, back into the corner to Stewart. Three in the air and got it to go. Third three of the game for Stewart, and she's starting to heat up and makes it a 3-point game, 15-18. Dunlap gets a pass into Borowski, turns jump shot up, too strong as that goes off the other side. Rebound to Waller, gets it to Workman. Workman's going to drive into the lane, puts it on the floor, spins back out to Waller. Three in the air, off the back rim, gets her own rebound, brings it down. And they'll reset the offense as they find Stewart at the top of the key, guarded by Borowski, and will travel as she tries to take off with the ball. And a turnover back to James Monroe. It'll be Meadows to control the ball over midcourt. The clock ticks down towards 6 minutes in the first half. Handoff goes to Dunlap. She's going to step up, goes to Borowski. Borowski into the lane, spins, jump shot in front of the rim. It bounces, and falls in. Extends the lead out now to 20-15 for the Mavericks. Stewart controls the ball, looks at Borowski. Now hands off to Workman. Workman into the lane, drives left side, loses the handle. She tries to go in, gets it back, finds Stewart. Stewart drives in and will be fouled. See who that's going to go against. And it's going to be Mathis, her first. It'll be shooting foul for Stewart. She'll have two. First one in the air and got it. Second one up and got it to go too. Stewart good from the line and cashes in there. Makes it a one-possession game again, 17-20. And now to be Borowski. Goes into Mathis. Quick shot up. Can't get it. Borowski there to get the rebound. It'll be a jump ball at the arrow toward the Mavericks. Dunlap smacks the ball, goes to Meadows in the corner, three in the air and got it. Second three of the night for Mary Beth Meadows, and pushes it back out now to a 6-point game. Stewart's going to step up, a three on this end, and that's strong, hits the back of the top of the backboard, and it'll be out of bounds. Shot off the back of the rim, and a high bounce dropped it down on top of the backboard, and that is considered out of bounds. Now Dunlap with the ball, finds her sister in the corner. drives in, foul line, shot up, misses, and Maggie Borowski tries to go up and bring that one back in, but can't. Goes kind of hard off of that corner of the stage. Well padded area, though, so looks to be okay. 4:50 to play in the first half. And the ball will be with Ava Workman. Dribbles in toward the foul line, now comes back out to Waller. Waller drives left to Banton, 3 in the air. Bounces around and finally pops out. Rebound brought down by Mathis, goes up to Meadows to Dunlap, and Ava Dunlap finishes there and is fouled. An opportunity for 3 points. The shot will count, and she'll head to the line. Her third trip there. She's 1 of 4. That foul going to go against Sandy Banton. First of her night. Dunlap shot up and goes. Stretches out to a 9-point game. This is the biggest lead for either team of the night. Stewart hands off to Waller. Waller's going to push up a straightaway 3 off the left side, but a rebound there by Workman, and the putback good. And we're going to get a timeout on that by James Monroe as it comes with just over half of the quarter to go here in the second, 4:11 to play. And we're going to have a full timeout, and we'll take advantage of that and be back here in just a minute.
Fall means home improvement projects with S.J. Neathawk. Indoor or outdoor, S.J. Neathawk can help. Makita Tools can get your lawns cleared with blowers, weed eaters, and chainsaws. And now is the time to look at new flooring, adding some new color to your walls, and new lighting fixtures. With tools and products from S.J. Neathawk, you'll have everything you need to get started on your fall projects. When you're ready to talk to someone who knows, call S.J. Neathawk Lumber Company, your home solution.
Alcova Mortgage is here for good. We are locally owned, value great communication, and are committed to our Greenbrier County community. Alcova Mortgage in Lewisburg, 304-645-2478, or visit lewisburglender.com. For your mortgage lending needs, Alcova Mortgage, NMLS ID 118-4517, NMLSconsumeraccess.org, Equal Housing Lender. Terms and conditions apply. All loans subject to credit approval. That's Alcova Mortgage in Lewisburg.
All right, back with you. This is going to be an inbound for the Mavericks. Meadows, long toss in, and Ava Dunlap's able to track it down and goes off of her foot as she's pursued by Waller and out of bounds. Stewart controls for the Spartans, comes across the center circle. He's directing traffic, wanting to set up the offense. Now comes to the right side, finds McClure. McClure drives into the foul line, back out to Waller. Waller to Waller. He's going to drive right side, kicks it back out to Stewart. Stewart drives in, just hard contact there with Mathis, and they're going to call the blocking foul, and it'll be 2 shots coming for Stewart. Second foul on Abigail Mathis. First shot up for Stewart, and it goes. Stewart perfect from the line here so far. And the second shot on its way and stays that way. She makes it and cuts it back to a 5-point game. Into Borowski. Ball knocked away. She tries to go back to Dunlap. Waller with it. Finds Workman to Stewart. 3 in the air. Goes off the back of the iron. Long rebound out to Borowski. Meadows up in front of everybody. Gets the pass. Drives in and scores. That'll push it back to a 7-point game now with 3:30 to play in the half. Stewart walks up to Borowski. Now hands off to Jada Waller. Waller drives right side into traffic and a blocking foul. See who they're going to call that on. Looks like it's going to be on Maya Dunlap, her third foul. There'll be shots coming for, and I say it's on the floor, so it'll be an inbound. Pass into McClure, gets it to Stewart, out to Workman. Workman's going to get a mid-range jump shot up. No good. Rebound brought down by Maya Dunlap, playing with 3 fouls right now. They get it over to Borowski. Borowski drives in right side, spins to the baseline, turns, jump shot up off the front of the iron. Long rebound taken out by Ava Workman. Workman drives against Dunlap, gets her in the air, shot up, no good. Rebound on the other end by McClure. It's loose on the ground, hit the inline, and say last touched by the Spartans. Meadows inbounds. Clock ticks under 3 minutes. 21-28 here in the first half. Back out to Meadows. Meadows drives in, gets a floater in the lane. Too strong. Rebound brought out by Sandy Banton. Banton has a player up front. It's Waller. Instead, she's going to let this thing reset and comes back to Stewart. Stewart to McClure. McClure comes on to the left wing, guarded by Dunlap to Waller. Cuts inside, underneath, up, and can't get it to go. Just too far under the basket. Long pass intended for Meadows, taken away by Banton. Now it's on the floor, loose. Banton controls, finds Stewart. Stewart gets to the top of the key, guarded against Ava Dunlap. Drives in, gets a pass over to Workman, and Workman able to capitalize on the open block. 5-point game now. We'll have a timeout from James Monroe. So 2:10 to play here in the first half. James Monroe leads 28-23. This is a 30-second timeout, so we'll just keep it right here. Foul trouble starting to rack up even more for each team. Starter Maya Dunlap for the Mavericks has picked up her third. Hannah Fuller still on the bench for the Spartans, has been since midway through the first quarter with her third foul. Timeout expires, and we're getting ready to get back into action. Stoppage of play right now as there is some moisture on the court. Working to get that dried up before we get back to action. Looks like we're just about there. And we're ready to go. Be an inbound for James Monroe. Jordan Roberts, the freshman, into the game right now. Playing for Maya Dunlap with those 3 fouls. Pressure comes from the Spartans as they get it into Borowski. Back to Meadows. Breaks the press, drives in, stops, gets a pass into Mathis, and Mathis scores. Stops, looked like she was going to try to pop that short jumper, and when the defense came out, just went right over the top to Mathis, and Mathis scores, makes it a 7-point game. Now McClure drives in and answers, cuts it back to a foul. McClure took that pass as she cut baseline, and that ball's taken away by McClure. And now taken away again by Borowski. Borowski trapped, and they'll foul. And let's see, that's going to go against McClure. Third foul on McClure now. So now McKenna McClure joins the 3-foul club here in the first half. And she'll have to head to the bench. And it'll be Heister to come in. Meadows with the ball. Finds Ava Dunlap. Tries to get a pass back to Meadows, and it's taken away by Workman with an immediate score. It's up to Jordan Roberts now on the inbound. Roberts gets across midcourt. Is trapped there to a driving Meadows. Meadows has to turn back to Roberts. Tries to go inside to Mathis. That ball is knocked away by Heister and into the hands of Stewart. Stewart drives by Dunlap. Comes out to the outside to Waller. Waller's going to get a shot up from the high block and drops it. Going to cut it back now to a 1-point game, 29-30 on this run here by the Spartans. Roberts with the ball. Comes back to Meadows to Borowski. Into the corner to Dunlap. 3 in the air. Misses. Long rebound out to Mathis. Finds Jordan Roberts to the top to Borowski. Long 2. And then a rebound out to Stewart. And that ball tried to get a pass to Waller and ends up in the press table. So turnover comes with 51.7 seconds to play in the first half, and it'll be James Monroe ball as they cling to a 1-point lead. And there's Aaliyah Hopkins checking into this game, her first action of the season. Meadows with the ball, gets inbounds to Borowski, back to Meadows. Meadows is going to set things up at the top of the key as the clock ticks down to 45 seconds to play in the half. Tries to get a pass to Borowski and just too high. It's going to go out of bounds in the corner, and 41 seconds left in the half. It'll be Spartan ball. Spartans were trailing by as much as 9 in this quarter and have stormed back to cut it to a 1-point game and now have possession as Kennedy Stewart comes across the middle of the court. Directs traffic as she signals Heister to go in for a screen. Now works it out to Ava Workman. Heister with the jump shot. Rolls off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound brought down by Borowski. Tries to get it up to Hopkins and just too strong. And it ends up out of bounds. 16.9 seconds on the clock. Inbounds comes to Stewart. She'll let it roll as far as possible. Now picks it up and crosses midcourt. Handoff goes to Workman. Meadows watches her as the clock ticks down to 6 seconds. They get it to Stewart. Borowski now back to Workman. Workman drives in, floater up, no good. Rebound, and they'll say it's too late. So after a quarter or after a half of action, it's a 1-point game here in Lewisburg. 29-30. James Monroe with a slightest of advantages over the Spartans right now. We're going to go to halftime. We'll be back. We'll talk about the first half and get into the second. Don't go anywhere. Great game.
Bank of Monroe values our local businesses, our communities and schools, and we value you. With locations in both Monroe and Greenbrier County, we are right where you need us to be. We are the local bank that you can trust with your business and personal banking needs. Visit us on the web or one of our branches in Union, Lewisburg, or Fairleigh. Bank local with the Bank of Monroe. Because we care. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Did you hear that? The State Farm thing. Dun-da-da-da-da. I think we're in a commercial. Jake from State Farm, I knew it.
Don't worry, Chris. Things are going to go surprisingly great.
Dad, look!
Ooh, see? Surprising. Just like State Farm's surprisingly great rates.
I didn't even record.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
That means home improvement projects with S.J. Neathawk. Indoor or outdoor, S.J. Neathawk can help. Makita Tools can get your lawns cleared with blowers, weed eaters, and chainsaws. And now is the time to look at new flooring, adding some new color to your walls, and new lighting fixtures. With tools and products from S.J. Neathawk, you'll have everything you need to get started on your fall projects. When you're ready to talk to someone who knows, call S.J. Neathawk Lumber Company, your home solution.
Alcova Mortgage is here for good. We are locally owned, value great communication, and are committed to our Greenbrier County community. Alcova Mortgage in Lewisburg, 304-645-2478, or visit lewisburglender.com. For your mortgage lending needs, Alcova Mortgage, NMLS ID 118-4517, NMLSconsumeraccess.org, Equal Housing Lender, Terms and conditions apply. All loans subject to credit approval. That's Alcova Mortgage in Lewisburg.
The Spartan Athletic Foundation supports over 250 student athletes at Greenbrier East High School. Consider becoming a sponsor today.
All right, getting ready to get back into action here in the second half. We've got about 90 seconds left, enough time to run down the stats. Start with James Monroe's leading scorer on that side, Maggie Borowski, chipped in with 10 points, also 5 rebounds in the first half. You had 6 points apiece for Ava Dunlap and Abby Mathis. Mathis also with 7 rebounds. And then 8 points and 4 rebounds to Mary Beth Meadows. For the Spartans, leading the way, scoring is Kennedy Stewart with 15, and right behind her, Ava Workman has 10. Also 6 rebounds for Workman. On the other scoring contributors for the Spartans so far tonight, Jada Waller and McClure both have 3 rebounds chipped in from Waller. Story of the night so far, still the foul trouble. We have a few players sitting on each team with fouls. You got 3 fouls on Maya Dunlap. You got 2 fouls on Maggie Borowski and Abby Mathis as well. For the Spartans, you've got 1 foul on Ava Workman, but you've got 3 fouls apiece on McClure and Fuller. Fuller had to sit out most of that first half with the foul trouble, and then Banton and Heister both with a foul apiece. Fuller limited to just 6 minutes and 20 seconds of action in that first half. Halftime clock is ticked away, and we're getting ready to get back to it. It's a 1-point game here, 29-30. The Spartan ball to start the half. And starting lineup back on the court. Anna Fuller and McKenna Clore both back on the court with 3 fouls. And we'll play Maya Dunlap out there as well. And it's going to be Workman who drives into the right side, gets a shot up off glass, and gives the Spartans their first lead since back in the first quarter. And it's 31-30. And the Meadows inside of Borowski. Borowski turns, mid-range jump shot up. 2 strong, goes over top of everything, and rebound will be brought down tied up. And possession arrow points to James Monroe. Ava Dunlap to throw in. Gets a pass that's taken away by Waller, but the save from out of bounds goes right to Mathis. 3 in the air from Meadows, and now we're going to have another tie-up, and this time it'll point back to the Spartans. Stewart crosses midcourt. Goes to the left side now. Comes back out to McClure. McClure finds Kennedy on the right or left side. 3 in the air and got it to go. Kennedy Stewart, the sophomore, has found her range from 3 tonight. That's her 4th one. Stretches out to a 4-point Spartan lead. Maya Dunlap with the ball. Comes to the top of the key to Borowski. Borowski into the corner to Ava Dunlap. She puts it on the ground and finds Meadows. Meadows into Borowski. Spins, shot up from inside, and got it to go right in front of the rim. And it's a 2-point game now, 34-32. Spartans ahead. Stewart drives left side, gets baseline, tries to get baseline, instead kicks it back to McClure. Now back out to Stewart. Stewart guarded on the wing, loses the ball. She hands it to Workman. Workman tripped. And the ball goes to Borowski. Borowski drives in, shot up, and fouled. The basket will count, ties things at 34. And Maggie Borowski will head to the line. That foul going to go against Jada Waller. First foul for her night. Be 1 foul shot opportunity for Borowski. Now, referee's going to get together for a conference here for a moment as they talk to Workman. Not sure And, okay, they're back. So I'm not sure what that was, but we're back to action. Shot up from Borowski. In and out. Rebound long, taken by Maya Dunlap. Dunlap throws a pass to her sister, Ava, at the top of the key, back to Dunlap. Now finds Meadows. Meadows going to drive in, stops floater up off the front of the rim. Rebound brought out by McClure. Finds Stewart, and Stewart's going to push the ball down the right side of the court all the way in, and a foul on this end. That's going to go into Maya Dunlap, her fourth, and with that, Riley Jackson's quick to the scores table. She's going to come right in and get Dunlap off the court. Stewart shot in the air. Got it. Puts a 1-point lead back to the Spartans. Stewart, perfect from the line still tonight. I believe this is her 8th attempt. And that one's up and good. Two-point lead to the Spartans, 36-34, and it'll be Borowski with the ball. Comes to the top to Ava Dunlap. Dunlap finds Meadows. Meadows drives to the foul line. Gets a pass into a cutting Riley Jackson, who turns and puts it off the glass to score. 36 all as we go down to 5:45 left in the third quarter. Stewart directs traffic. She's guarded by Meadows. Puts the ball on the floor into the corner to Workman. Workman's going to drive. Goes back to Stewart. Stewart loses the ball off of her knee, ends up with Riley Jackson. Jackson gets a pass up to Meadows. That ball is loose and taken out by Jada Waller. Waller's going to come back across midcourt in a hurry. Goes into the corner to Workman. 3 in the air. Ava Workman, too strong off the back iron. Long rebound tracked down by Stewart. She has the ball lost in the corner and going to have a foul. I think it's going to go against Ava Dunlap along the baseline. Spartan ball. First foul on Dunlap. And McClure will throw into Stewart. Stewart pushes up a long 3 off the back iron. Long rebound goes out to McClure. McClure comes back to the top to Waller. Waller's going to spin into the lane. Now finds Workman. Workman's going to drive right side. Has opening, and Mathis comes over and commits the foul. Into the third foul on Mathis as we have 4:57 on the clock. It'll be 2 shots for Ava Workman. Workman's shot on the way and good. Second shot up for Workman, and that one goes as well. You get pressure from the Spartans as it goes into Jackson, and that pass taken away by Stewart. Throws the shot up over her shoulder, and it drops in. A 4-point lead for the Spartans as they get it to Meadows, and she'll come across midcourt. Gets to the high post, puts up a jump shot, rebound, tracked down by Riley Jackson, goes to Borowski. Borowski gets a defender in the air, into the middle, long jump shot up, and scores. So cuts it back to a 2-point lead now. Into the corner to McClure. McClure drives. That ball's tipped as it goes by, but they're able to get it back out to Stewart. Stewart to the high post, backs up to 3-point land. Now hands off to Waller. We're going to get a foul against Meadows. It's going to go on the floor away from the ball. Fourth team foul for the Mavericks. So everything from here on will be shots for the Spartans. For the next 4:19, that is. Stewart looks to get the ball in, and she got it to McClure. McClure sidesteps to the top of the key, now works to the right. Mavericks stepped up to put pressure on, try to get a pass to Ava Workman, and ends up in the student section. A turnover back to James Monroe. Spartans hold to a 2-point lead, 40-38. And they'll apply pressure again. They get the ball into Dunlap. Dunlap's going to run across midcourt, stops, and gets a pass to a cutting Meadows, but it's knocked out of bounds at the last second by McClure. Set up an inbound play underneath the basket. It'll be Ava Dunlap to throw in. Looking to find somewhere to go, and comes to the freshman, Riley Jackson, over to Borowski. 3 in the air, off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound to Waller, gets it up to Workman. Workman works against Borowski. Borowski has to give her the lane to keep from fouling, and she's able to drive in and score. Cuts it up to a 4-point lead now, 42-38, and that ball right off the ankle of Borowski as she tried to turn to throw back out to Jackson, and out of bounds. Turnover back to the Spartans. Stewart crosses midcourt, works to the left side, hands off to Banton. Banton drives into the lane, goes to Fuller. Fuller able to score off the glass. 44-38 now, biggest lead for the Spartans tonight. They're going to keep pressing. Now it gets up to Ava Dunlap. She drives in, and there's the 4th foul on Hannah Fuller. And it'll send Ava Dunlap to the line for 2 shots. Comes with 3:20 to play in the third quarter. Now that McClure is going to get back up. Likely come back into this game after this shot. Shots up and good. And Fuller will come out. Looks like Leah Hopkins is going to check in as well. Shot up from Dunlap. Got that one to go, so hit these 2 free throws and cuts it to a 4-point game, 44-40. Spartans in control, and it'll be Riley Jackson who comes off the court. Stewart brings the ball over midcourt. Going to be picked up by Meadows. Gets a screen from Banton. Now into the left wing. Thought about the shots. Meadows is able to come off that screen and close. Now it goes to Workman. Workman drives in left side to Banton. Banton back to Workman. Loops around on the wing. Guarded closely by Borowski. Now gets a lane. Drives in. That ball stripped on the court and controlled by Borowski. Gets it up to Meadows. Meadows drives right side into the lane. Floater up. It won't go. Rebound brought down by Waller. Mavericks are going to put some pressure on. That ball's loose. Picked up by Waller. Now it's still loose. And Abby Mathis finds it. Hands off to Meadows, and the Mavericks are going to set up their offense. They go to Aaliyah Hopkins, who travels as she gets the ball. Thought about the shot, then went to kick it back to Meadows, and took a couple of steps in the process. 2:35 to play in the third quarter, and the Spartans have a 4-point lead, 44-40. Stewart with the ball, gets into the foul line. Now out to Banton, 3 in the air. That's strong. Rebound tipped around, and it's going to be controlled by Banton. A long rebound. Now they get it in McClure. McClure guarded. And there's going to be a foul as she drove in. It's going to be put, I'm not sure if it's a shooting foul or not. It's not going to matter because it's going to put the Mavericks into the bonus. And it's going to go against Abby Mathis. And it'll be her 4th. They're setting this up as an inbound play. I believe it should be shots. And now it will be. It's going to be making McClure 2 foul shots. Shot up for McClure and got it. Second shot on the way and got it to go too. Spartans have really been able to make some hay at the foul line. Long pass up to Jackson and get it over to Meadows. Meadows is going to push up a 3. Can't get that one to go off the front of the iron. Rebound brought out to Stewart. That ball loose, knocked away by Meadows, and now into the hands of Borowski. Borowski's going to drive in, short shot up, and scores. Makes it a 4-point game again, 46-42. Clock ticks under 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Kennedy Stewart will drive to the right side. Meadows stays with her, goes baseline, gets a pass back out to Banton. Banton works against Jackson, gets all the way underneath, shot up, rebound brought out by Borowski, and a travel. Minute 40 to play in the third quarter. It'll be an inbound here for the Spartans. Throw goes into Banton. 3 in the air from the corner. Too strong. Rebound tipped around and controlled by Borowski. Borowski has to come to Meadows. Meadows crosses midcourt over to Hopkins. Shot up. Bounces around. Won't go. Rebound to Banton. Banton's going to push the ball down the court. Has to give up her dribble. Gets it to Workman. Workman drives into the paint. Shot up off glass and scored. 6-point game now, 48-42. Inbounds pass is going to end up in the hands of Stewart. It's going to drive in, loses the handle, and they say a foul. She'll go to the line. And that'll be against. Going to go against Maggie Borowski. Her third foul for her tonight. Shot on the way for Stewart, and it goes. Shot on the way, and it'll go. Extends it out to an 8-point lead now for the Spartans, 50-42, and the ball in the hands of Mary Beth Meadows. Meadows tries to get a pass into Hopkins, but it's taken away by McClure. Up to Stewart, and ball loose on the floor. Going to have a tie-up. Arrow points back to James Monroe, and it'll be their ball with 49 seconds to play in the third quarter. Hopkins will inbound in front of the student section, goes to Meadows. Meadows directs traffic from the top of the key, hands to Borowski. Borowski comes to the right side, hands off to Hopkins. Hopkins looks for Meadows, finds her. Meadows guarded by Workman. It's back to the top, goes to Hopkins. Hopkins thinks about the shot. That ball's knocked away and going to end up taken by Ava Workman. Workman's going to drive in, fakes a pass to Stewart, and scores herself. 10-point lead now with under 15 seconds to play in the third quarter. Dunlap with the ball, brings it to Meadows. Meadows back to Hopkins. 5 seconds to play. Meadows has the ball, is going to drive into the lane. Funnels a pass to Dunlap, and her shot blocked. And it's going to end the third quarter with an 11-point Spartan lead, 53-42. We'll take a break and be back with the fourth quarter.
Bank of Monroe values our local businesses, our communities and schools, and we value you. With locations in both Monroe and Greenbrier County, we are right where you need us to be. We are the local bank that you can trust with your business and personal banking needs. Visit us on the web or one of our branches in Union, Lewisburg, or Fairleigh. Bank local with the Bank of Monroe, because we care. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Did you hear that? The State Farm thing. Da-da-da-da-da. I think we're in a commercial. Jake from State Farm, I knew it.
Don't worry, Chris. Things are going to go surprisingly great.
Dad, look!
Ooh, see? Surprising. Just like State Farm's surprisingly great rates.
I didn't even record.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
right, coming back in for the fourth quarter of action. Big run in the third quarter by the Spartans, and they have an 11-point lead. Biggest lead for either team of the night, 53-42. And they'll start with possession as Stewart will bring the ball over midcourt. Picked up by Meadows. Shuffles a pass to Workman. Workman puts it on the ground, drives left side, shot up and good. Workman able to get to the rim well throughout the second half. Now they'll find Meadows. Meadows back to Borowski. Borowski thinks about the shot, now puts it on the floor, drives, loses the handle of the ball, and it goes to Mathis. Mathis tied up. The James Monroe ball on the arrow under their basket. Slaps the ball, gets it into Meadows. Meadows works against Waller, comes back around into the paint, finds Borowski. Short jump shot for Borowski goes. Mavericks into scoring drought, cut it back to a 9-point game. And Stewart with the ball, goes into the corner to McClure. McClure hands off to Waller. Waller's going to drive unabated to the basket and scores. Now Borowski goes to Dunlap. Dunlap back inside to Borowski. Borowski puts it on the court, turns, shot up, no good off the front of the rim. Rebound brought out by Ava Workman. She's going to go to the right side as Dunlap out in front of her. Steps around Dunlap with the block, but Sandy Banton cleans up, not able to get it to go. Rebound to Mathis. Mathis tries to get a pass to Meadows. It's taken away, and now into the hands of Stewart. Stewart from the high block, shot up. That shot blocked by Borowski, but saved from out of bounds. Still in control by the Spartans. Back to Stewart. And a whistle and a timeout to Greenbrier East. See if it's going to be a full or a partial timeout. And it's going to be a partial, so we'll just stick right here with the action. Spartans lead right now 13 points, 57-44. They'll have the ball when we come back out of this timeout. Timeout expires, and we'll be ready to get back into action here in just a moment. Stewart control, throws into McClure, to the top to Waller, back all the way to Stewart, three in the air, and got it to go. Borowski with the ball, finds Ava Dunlap. Dunlap drives baseline, going to be fouled as she goes up for the shot. Dunlap shot on the way, in and out, won't go. Second shot for Dunlap. Hits the back of the rim. Rebound brought out by Workman. Workman going to drive down the right side of the court. Picked up there by Meadows. Wants to funnel back out to McClure. McClure works to the high block. Turns, finds Stewart. Stewart works to the baseline. All the way across. Goes up for a shot. Steps out of bounds. And it'll be possession back to James Monroe. 16-point lead for the Spartans at the moment. 60-44. Just under 6 minutes to play. Meadows gives up her dribble. Comes back across to Dunlap. Now back to Meadows. Meadows drives into the paint. Gets a shot up. That won't go. Abby Mathis able to reach over and save that from going out of bounds. Back to Borowski. Shot up from Borowski, and she cashes in. Stewart controls, works against Ava Dunlap, gives up her dribble, goes to McClure. McClure drives, hands back to Banton. Banton gets to the foul line, jump shot up, too strong. Rebound brought down by Mathis, and a foul. That's going to go against Kennedy Stewart for first of the night, actually. And it'll be Maverick ball. 14-point lead for the Spartans. The ball comes to the left side to Meadows. Back to the top to Borowski. Borowski puts it on the court, drives in, shot up. Somebody got a hand on that. It won't go. And rebound brought out to Banton, but it's knocked away. And Borowski comes up with it and goes down to the floor hard. And there's going to be a foul. It's going to go against Sandy Banton. Borowski throws the ball in. Goes to Meadows, over to Dunlap. Dunlap gets a shot up on the baseline, won't go. Rebound brought down by Meadows, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds. Stays with the Mavericks. And taken away on the inbound pass by Waller, but can't keep it in bounds. Now Meadows will take over the inbound duty to throw in. Mavericks will come out in a stack formation. And as they break, tries to pass it off the back of Waller. Now it's loose, and it'll be a jump ball. Arrow back to the Spartans. Meadows trying to take advantage of an opportunity there. Had a defender's back to her. Was going to drop that off her back and try to score, but took a odd carom off and ended up on the floor. Still a 14-point game. Kennedy Stewart has it as she works to the left side. Takes some time off the clock. She dribbles. Hands to Waller. Waller in the corner. Drives in. Sends a pass to Fuller, and Fuller's able to score. Sticks it back out to a 16-point game. Into Dunlap. Dunlap comes back to the top to Meadows. Meadows feeds into Mathis. Mathis turns. Tries to get a shot up, but travels on her spin. It'll be a turnover back to the Spartans. Waller looking to throw in, finds Fuller. Fuller comes across to McClure. McClure guarded by Dunlap. Hands off to Stewart. Stewart gets a pass inside, but that's knocked away by Meadows. On the floor, Meadows picks it up. As one defender drives in, shot blocked by Waller. And taken away. It's going to be Stewart with the ball. She comes across midcourt into the corner to Workman. Workman walks up to the right wing and will start to burn some clock there. Now Dunlap will step out. Going to drive in. Euro step. Shot up no good. Rebound on the backside by Fuller, and she scores. Now Meadows with the ball, comes across to Dunlap, into Mathis. Mathis works against Fuller, shot up, no good. Rebound brought out by Waller. Gives up her dribble, now finds Stewart, tips a pass back to Waller, and she's able to break midcourt. Spin, now spins back, drives baseline, hands off to Fuller, and Fuller scores again. Point game now, 66-46, under 3 minutes to play, and it'll be a timeout here from James Monroe. Full timeout, so we'll take the break and be right back.
Fall means home improvement projects with S.J. Neathawk. Indoor or outdoor, S.J. Neathawk can help. Makita Tools can get your lawns cleared with blowers, weed eaters, and chainsaws. And now is the time to look at new flooring, adding some new color to your walls, and new lighting fixtures. With tools and products from SJ Needhawk, you'll have everything you need to get started on your fall projects. When you're ready to talk to someone who knows, call SJ Needhawk Lumber Company, your home solution.
Alcova Mortgage is here for good. We are locally owned, value great communication, and are committed to our Greenbrier County community. Alcova Mortgage in Lewisburg, 304-645-2478, or visit lewisburglender.com. For your mortgage lending needs, Alcova Mortgage, NMLS ID 118-4517, NMLSconsumeraccess.org, Equal Housing Lender. Terms and conditions apply. All loans subject to credit approval. That's Alcova Mortgage in Lewisburg.
And we're back. Ball inbound to the Mavericks. Goes to Meadows. Dunlap to Dunlap. Now to Meadows, the top of the key, into Borowski. Borowski fires pass all the way across to Ava Dunlap to Maya Dunlap in the corner. She's going to drive, gets a shot up. That's blocked by Fuller. And rebound comes out to Workman. Workman's going to drive right side all the way across the baseline into the corner to McClure. 3 in the air for McClure. And that bounces everywhere around and down. Now up to Meadows. Meadows drives in, gets a shot up, and is fouled, scores, so an opportunity for a three-point play on this end. 21-point lead for the Spartans. That's the 5th foul on Hannah Fuller. It'll be Kiki Baggett into the game. Shot on the way for Meadows, off to the right side, won't go, and steps in front of a pass, takes it away, and it'll be a tie-up. Arrow points to Jane. Actually, they're going to call a foul. It's going to go against Jada Waller. 4th team foul, 3rd on Waller. It'll be James Monroe ball. 2:11 to play. Meadows with a long pass into Maya Dunlap, over to Ava Dunlap. 3 on the way, off the front of the rim. Won't get it. Rebound knocked out by McClure, goes to Stewart. Stewart's going to drive in, feeds a pass to Workman to Waller. Waller's going to drive into the paint now and goes back to McClure. Comes around to Stewart. Stewart pushes up a 3 from the right side and got it to go. Now to Meadows. Meadows going to drive in, goes back to Ava Dunlap to Meadows. Long 3 on the air for Meadows, and she nailed it. Stewart comes across to McClure. McClure's going to dribble, use some time. Ball into Workman now. Workman will bring it back out to the outside. Guarded by Borowski. Clock ticks down to 75 seconds. Now Meadows will come out and commit the foul. This is the first foul on the Mavericks this quarter. 3rd foul on Meadows. Long inbound to Baggett. Going to drive right side, throws a pass up, gets it to McClure. McClure works up and under and gets it to go. Meadows steps up, pushes up another long 3, hits the rim, won't drop. Rebound taken out by Stewart. Stewart feeds a pass to Waller. Waller gets the defender in the air, comes to the opposite side and gets it off the glass. Under 40 seconds now to play. Dunlap with the ball. Works in, gets a shot up. It goes up, pops out, won't go. And a foul. Comes with 22 seconds to play. It'll be on Dunlap. A long pass across the court goes to Workman. And going to hold this, and this will be the end. The final 9 seconds going to tick off the clock, and it's going to be a victory for the Spartans, 76-51 over the Mavericks. And they'll split the series on the season. Each take their home game. And the run for the Spartans will continue as they advance now to 15-4. We'll take a break, and we'll be back.
Bank of Monroe values our local businesses, our communities and schools, and we value you. With locations in both Monroe and Greenbrier County, we are right where you need us to be. We are the local bank that you can trust with your business and personal banking needs. Visit us on the web or one of our branches in Union, Lewisburg, or Fairleigh. Bank local with the Bank of Monroe, because we care. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Did you hear that? State Farm thing. Dun-da-da-da-da. I think we're in a commercial. Jake from State Farm, I knew it.
Don't worry, Chris. Things are going to go surprisingly great.
Dad, look!
Ooh, see? Surprising. Just like State Farm's surprisingly great rates.
I didn't even record.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
That means home improvement projects with S.J. Needhawk. Indoor or outdoor, S.J. Needhawk can help. Makita Tools can get your lawns cleared with blowers, weed eaters, and chainsaws. And now is the time to look at new flooring, adding some new color to your walls, and new lighting fixtures. With tools and products from S.J. Needhawk, you'll have everything you need to get started on your fall projects. When you're ready to talk to someone who knows, call S.J. Needhawk Lumber Company, your home solution.
Alcova Mortgage is here for good. We are locally owned, value great communication, and are committed to our Greenbrier County community. Alcova Mortgage in Lewisburg, 304-645-2478, or visit lewisburglender.com. For your mortgage lending needs, Alcova Mortgage, NMLS ID 118-4517, NMLSconsumeraccess.org, Equal Housing Lender. Terms and conditions apply. All loans subject to credit approval. That's Alcova Mortgage in Lewisburg.
The Spartan Athletic Foundation supports over 250 student athletes at Greenbrier East High School. Consider becoming a sponsor today.
All right, back here where the Greenbrier East Spartans have defeated the James Monroe Lady Mavericks 76-51. Get a look at the stats. It was 22 points for Maggie Borowski, leading the way for the Mavericks, to go along with 8 rebounds. Mary Beth Meadows chipped in with 13 points, 4 rebounds, and Abby Mathis had 6 points and 10 rebounds. Also 2 points to Riley Jackson. For the Spartans, Kennedy Stewart leads the way, 30 points and 5 rebounds. Right behind her, Ava Workman, 23 points, 9 rebounds. And Kenna McClure has 9 points, 6 rebounds. Jada Waller with 6 points and 7 rebounds. And Hannah Fuller, 8 points to go with 4 rebounds. Missed a lot of time throughout the game, but was able to come in the fourth quarter. Only had 14 minutes in this game tonight because of foul trouble. Made a big impact down the stretch. She was able to get back in the fourth quarter. Also, Sandy Banton chipped in 5 points and 3 rebounds. Looking ahead on Thursday night, Lady Spartans will be right back in action here against the Princeton Tigers. James Monroe will be back at it on Friday night. They will travel into Mercer County where they will take on Montcalm as part of a doubleheader there with the boys. And that's going to do it for us here tonight. Big night for the Lady Spartans as they are able to keep that winning streak going and get it to 15-4 on the season. Defend their home turf, and they'll actually finish up, I believe, with Grafton on Saturday. Will be the last scheduled game for their season. So that'll do it here for us tonight. Again, Lady Spartans win 76-51. And thank you for tuning in to Greenbrier Valley Channel, and we will see you on the next one.